Hello students, good morning to all. Today we are going to study the conducting system of human heart. So what is this conducting system? Conducting system is nothing but the system that brings about the contraction and relaxation of the heart. That is the contraction and relaxation of the chambers of the heart. You know that the human heart is a four chamber, upper to auricles, lower to ventricles, and these auricles and ventricles they contract and relax simultaneously. So the auricles take the blood in and ventricles pump the blood out of the heart and supply to the different body parts. So in this way, this for this pumping action of the heart, the electric impulse is essential. That electric impulse, it is generated by a special node which is present in the wall of the heart, and this node which generates the impulse that is spread on overall wall of the heart so that the heart wall contract and then relax. So, for spreading this impulse, electric impulse, the system is functional in the wall of the heart. That system is called as the conducting system. So, we shall see the diagram of the conducting system. Let's see the diagram. So, this is the human heart. We shall see So I have drawn the diagram of conducting system of the human heart. So in this conducting system, we shall see the different parts of the conducting system. These are SA node is there. Second, the AV node is there. Third, from this AV node, the arising fibers are there. And these arising fibers, they are called the bundle of His, such as a bundle of fibers is there, and that bundle of fibers is called as the bundle of His. Now this bundle of his, it is running through the septum which is present between the two ventricles, and from this bundle of his, these microscopic fibers arise, and these fibers they spread on the total wall of the both the ventricles, and these fibers are called the Purkinje fibers. Such as the conducting system of the human heart, it consists of the four different components. One is the SA node, second is the AV node, third is the bundle of His, and fourth is the Purkinje fibers. Such different types of the components are there in the conducting system of the human heart. Now, this conducting system of the human heart, which is consisting of the four different components, it is responsible for the generation of the impulse and for spreading this impulse on the total wall of the heart chambers, so that by the stimulation of these impulse, what happens? The heart chambers contract and relax, contract and relax. That means the heart shows the pumping action. So, where these components are situated, the first component, the SA node, is there. Now, this SA node is situated on the upper side in this right atrium. In the dorsal wall of the right atrium, this SA node is situated. This SA node is called as pacemaker, P-A-C-E-M-A-K-E-R. So, this SA node is called the pacemaker because this is the specialized node which is, or it is the highly specialized node which is responsible to generate the first impulse, which is responsible to generate the electric impulse, which is responsible to generate the electric current, which is essential for the contraction of the heart muscles. So, in this way, this SA node initiates the impulse, so it is called the pacemaker. And the second node, which is called the AV node, this AV node, it is situated into the dorsal wall of the right atrium itself, but it is situated just the lower side at the opening of this atrioventricular opening. That means this AV node, it is situated in the dorsal wall of the right atrium, in between the right atrium and the right ventricle. So, it is called as the AV node, atrioventricular node, and this node is also called as a relay center, RELAY, This is called the relay center because this node, it only receives the impulse generated by the SA node, and this AV node, it gives rise to a bundle of the fibers, and that bundle of the fibers is called the bundle of His. This bundle of the His, it runs through the septum which is present between the two ventricles. So, this is called the bundle of His, and from this bundle of His, the small microscopic fibers, they arise and they spread over the wall of the ventricles. So, in this way, how the working takes place? During the working, this SA node generates the impulse. This generated impulse, it is spread over the wall of both the auricles, and later on, at the same time, these auricles contract, and this generated impulse again received by this AV node. AV node acts as relay center, and this AV node, it conducts this impulse or send this impulse through this bundle of His, and through the bundle of His, this impulse is spread over the wall of both the ventricles. In this way, the ventricles contract. That means during the working of the human heart, the first auricles contract, later on the ventricles contract, and in this way the contraction of the auricles, it is bring about by or due to the impulse generated by the SA node, and the contraction of the ventricles, it is bring about due to the impulse which is spread over the wall of the ventricles through the bundle of hairs and the Purkinje fibers. In this way, the auricles and the ventricles, they contract simultaneously. In this way, during the contraction of the auricles, the blood is pumped into the ventricles through the auriculoventricular openings, and when these ventricles contract, the blood is pumped out of the heart by the two openings, that is the opening of pulmonary artery, and second is the opening of the systemic arch. That means the systemic artery, it is arising from the left ventricle, and the pulmonary artery arising from the right ventricle. In this way, when the ventricles contract, the blood, deoxygenated blood from the right ventricle, it is pumped into the pulmonary artery and sent to the lungs, both the lungs, for the oxygenation, and from the left ventricle, the oxygenated blood is pumped through the systemic arch and supplied to all the body parts for the supply of the materials. In this way, the conducting system of the human heart works. That's all for today. Thank you, friends.